Manchester United at the Villa Park. What happened? Of course, this was the same Aston Villa that Manchester United have been giving back to back. Last season, it was home and away defeat for Aston Villa. Of course, this is the same Aston Villa. Unai Emery side, just a couple of changes happened to the side. They did host Manchester United at the Villa Park, but at the end of it, he ended in a nil draw. Of course, same result that happened when Manchester United played against the Eagles, Crystal Palace. Sunday Bobo, another deadlock for Manchester United. The fans, the club, the players, they'll be expecting forward ever, but this time it look like they are standing in one very spot. So one step forward, 3 steps backward for Manchester United.
Yeah, it's going to be like that for a very long time. In as far as they still stick with the Harry Ten Hag, as far as Harry Ten Hag is still around this club as the manager, as their coach, things are going to go worse for Manchester United. You're talking about 3 steps backward. It's going to be like 4, 5, 10, 20 backward, and things are not going to be okay for them. In as far as he himself, Harry Ten Hag, is still there as Manchester United manager. Now we saw the whole thing that happened. We saw the lineup, and when I saw the line, I was like, "Is this a joke? What is this? What is this man trying to do now?" First, it was the blunder that he did in the Europa League, where you have to remove somebody who was playing so well in the second half of that game, and you're trying to tell us that, okay, the only reason he gave was that he's trying to rotate the club. You're rotating the club at why? Why would you be doing that now? We saw the lineup. We've seen people that started.
That's rotating the squad.
That is rotating the squad. What are you trying to do at this stage? You are still rotating the squad. You had a preseason to do that. The game started. This about first and second, third game pass. You could not do that, and you're trying to do that now. So Manchester United is going to take a long time for them to really get for us to see that Manchester United that we saw during this Les Ferguson era, and it's going to take a long time for us to see that. With Eric Ten Hag still there as the gaffer, as the manager of Manchester United, things are really going to get worse for them.
I cannot say there were reports that there are possibility that Eric Ten Hag might lose his job if he eventually loses at the Villa Park against Aston Villa, but he didn't lose. He managed to pick up a draw. They shared spoils at the Villa Park. If you look at the lineup that very game that he came up with, that very game at the heart of the midfield, of course, I'm always in particular at the center of the midfield. Kobe Menu played alongside Christian Eriksen. No ball holding a midfielder and nobody to break up play in that very midfield. Of course, the lineup, Mazari played from the right back, Harry Maguire pairing with Johnny Evans, the center of the park, and of course Dalot played from the left back. From the right wing, you have Alejandro Garnacho, you have Bruno Fernandes starting as the number 10, of course Marcus Rashford from the left, and of course Rasmus Højlund. It came up as the striker. In fact, he got that very lineup correct.
Well, at least the results, he didn't lose the match. Prior to that match, setting record that Manchester United have against Aston Villa. I think last season they defeated Aston Villa home and away under Unai Emery. I think Unai Emery defeated them. Manchester United the first game of his stint at Manchester United. That's when Aston Villa defeated them 3-1. And even before that, even before that game, I think Emery personally, his record against Manchester United, he has a poor record against Manchester United. It has been finding difficult to beat Manchester United. So going to that match, and what was at stake? I think
Every Ten Hag's job was at stake.
Yes, well, that's what I mean. What was at stake? That if he loses that match, but I wouldn't want to. I don't want to a club that would judge a manager based on one match. Or if he loses that game, if he wins that game, then his job is safe. If he loses, his job is not safe. If he draws, okay, let's see how it goes. Just like when he won the FA Cup, I felt, oh, the job is safe. After he had the poor season, to me, I believe I don't feel that they should have judged him based on that FA Cup. I know trophy is important, but they should have judged him what
season long
performance in the Premier League, which is important. What he does in the Premier League is very important. The way they play, the style of play, I know there were injuries here and there, but still, it was even prior to that injury result. It wasn't a good season. So I think regardless of that result, if you had won that result, that match, we have said okay, we stay. Then the next match, it goes back to the first setting. So I think they have to make a decision. They have to know what they want. Do they want to keep struggling? Are they happy with the position Manchester United in? Is he talking about clean sheet against Aston Villa, clean sheet against?
No, he was asked about the results.
Yeah,
of course, he was talking about.
You definitely find something to say after every game
against Aston Villa. But why didn't he keep clean sheet against Tottenham? Why didn't he keep clean sheet against Liverpool? Why didn't he keep clean sheet against? So these are better side, we're good side. So if you are going to meet better side, you're going to. I know, yeah, Aston Villa is a good side, but you know Aston Villa they played on Wednesday. And against Bayern Munich, they give before you beat Bayern Munich, you know that you have to sweat it out to beat Bayern Munich. And Bayern Munich, without them not scoring you, then you know that you actually did a lot of work. And but Aston Villa, to be fair, I'm not trying to say Manchester United didn't get a good result, but Aston Villa, to be fair, they were in at their level.
They went on their A game.
Exactly,
That's their A
yesterday.
game.
Prior to continental engagement, and also injuries. There was no McGinn, there was no Ramsey, there was no Nana. They have key players that probably, maybe if they were in that game, probably things would have been different, and they almost came close to even getting the winner. It was both sides. It was like both sides giving the ball away. Both sides were in Manchester United.
If you look at it, Aston Villa, they were not in their A game.
Exactly.
But Manchester United still found it difficult to put the ball at the back of the net. This season, despite the quality of front for United, they may find it difficult.
Manchester United find it difficult to connect. It's not connecting. The connection between the midfield and the attack. Bruno Fernandes has been poor this season.
Very poor.
You're talking about connecting.
Yeah, there's no connection. Yeah,
connecting.
if you look at teams, good teams, after the manager stays 2 seasons, 3 seasons, 2 seasons,
the identity becomes clear.
Exactly, there's connection between players.
Clear.
Players know their role. Players know where this should be. But Manchester United are lacking that. Even Aston Villa, when Duran came in, they were improvement. There were connections. You saw the moves they made. They were so lucky not to even get a winner. They were close to getting a winner. Go to other clubs. Go to other teams. You see connections. What his name has done. Ancelotti has done with Liverpool this short time. He has actually continued for when they stop. Even with the new with the what's his name, the Gravenberch in the midfield, the connection. So I think that connection, you actually see a connectivity between the man you forward. You actually see one or two play. There's like it's a disjointed effort. Maybe goals will come from maybe one brilliance, moment of brilliance for one player.
That's what they've been relying on.
Exactly. So I think, and it cannot work all the time. If you are relying on that, maybe one game off. No, it will work. 32 or 38 long games. That's a marathon. Is how good you are. Not just one off game. You win one off game by a brilliant individual brilliance. So I think they have to make a decision. I mean, I don't know what to say concerning decision, but they have to moving forward. The position Manchester United are in currently is not encouraging at all. They are not even topping the bottom half. They are not in the top.
You know what?
Exactly.
You know one thing about this manager. There's always something that he has to say after every game. He always has one thing to say. Now he's talking about keeping clean sheet.
Exactly.
That they've kept more clean sheet. That is only happening because Onana have developed this season compared to last season, and that is not that. Okay, if you are keeping clean sheet, what are your forwards doing? Are you scoring the goals? I thought Trafford they've scored only 1 goal this season, and you are talking about keeping clean sheet. It's not about keeping the clean sheet. Are you getting the maximum point that you need? It's not doing that. Now look at the start of why will we be starting Maguire and Johnny Evans?
Are they the future of Manchester United?
Manchester United. He started this two guy, and Evans was the man of the match. Where we have young lads, and for you made mention of Bruno Fernandes. Yes, I will say that he's not just below performance. He has not been playing so well for Manchester United. Yes, they had the game. It's just that, just like you said, Aston Villa, they've been overwhelmed by the defeat against Bayern Munich. They played their heart out. That was because if Aston Villa were really years into that game, yeah, they would have defeated Manchester United. But I think, like I said before, it's going to take a very long time for Manchester United. If they stick around with this man, the back head man, what is it? Take a lot that one of our callers will call him. Then Manchester United, they are in for a bigger surprise. Maybe they might just finish 15 this season.
Can you tell? Of course, when a manager comes after 1 or 2 seasons, they say give him time. You see what he wants to do with the club. You see the connectivity.
The identity.
But Manchester United, this is the 3rd season for Erik ten Hag. We are still trying to fathom what he wants to do.
There's no identity.
The style of play, what he wants to adopt. Despite the quality of play, I don't think it's high time they showed him the exit door.
I think it's difficult for me to just say that word because the fact that he has won trophies, which most of Manchester United fans
are happy. You said it's difficult for you to say that word, exactly. But looking at what he's doing, is it based on trophies? Are there even chances that Erik ten Hag with this performance, despite the quality of players, can actually get trophies this season?
Yes, it's possible. Last season they did it. They had a run in the Carabao Cup, and they got a run in the FA Cup, even in the Carabao Cup, and they got to the final and they won the FA Cup. So, but to me, I think a club of Manchester United caliber, it shouldn't be basing their season based on winning the Carabao Cup.
How long is time for Erik ten Hag? This is the 3rd season. How long is time?
Wow.
Give him time. Give him time. Yes, he's driving somewhere. Give him time. He only made a statement that you should judge him
at the end of the season. Probably maybe when he wins the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup and maybe finishes 10 and we'll say they've done well.
He is trying to destabilize the club, my opinion, because we've not seen positivity. We've not seen them building on something. United are heading this direction. Let's see where it takes them. Ange Postecoglou came to Tottenham Hotspur. It didn't take a full season before we were able to decipher what he wants to do with Tottenham Hotspur. Of course, we've seen the progress despite there being some flaws, but if you say give Ange Postecoglou time, we understand. But Erik ten Hag, you will say the word. It's time to let Erik ten Hag go. Many managers have been tipped to take over the job of Erik Ten Hag. Of
rumors,
course, rumors, yes. Ruud van Nistelrooy, the assistant coach, of course, he has been tipped. They've been struggling to score goals, and they brought Ruud van Nistelrooy, and it's still not happening.
Yeah. I don't just know. I think
there's a lot of problem.
Yeah, there's a lot. Is it that he's not passing his message properly? Because Benny McCarthy said, he's
like a spark
coach. Yeah, but he's not passing the message. He's not passing the message. The players are not receiving the message properly. I think there was something that came up after the FA Cup win. They were divided in the dressing room, so players were still setting if they want him to stay.
And some players, according to reports, we are not excited when he stayed put because they were expecting a new manager to come in.
They weren't still setting, even after the FA Cup win, they were still setting because they are not sure what he's doing, they are not sure the direction he's taking them to. So I think his season will be judged. I think, not judged, I think probably maybe they will not sack him now. After the international break, they have a couple of games coming, Brentford at home, West Ham away. I think those 2 games will be key. So if he doesn't,
those are not the only games that he will play in the English Premier League. In the English Premier League, like we said, is a marathon.
Yeah, I'm talking about those 2 games after the international break. You playing Brentford at home, and West Ham away. So those 2 games, I think if he doesn't get maximum 4 points from those 2 games, he's going to be sacked.
You feel the players are trying to play a role for the exit of Erik Ten Hag at Manchester United. Quality at all positions, but putting in the shift has been a very big challenge. You think they want to sack him with what they are putting out on the field of play?
That game we saw Jim in that game against Aston Villa at Villa Park. We saw Sir Jim Ratcliffe was there in attendance. We also saw Sir Alex Ferguson in that game. But I don't know what they are thinking. After one of the games, that was the game against Liverpool. After they lost 3-0 at Old Trafford against Liverpool, they came out to say that they are behind him. They threw their weight behind him. That they are behind him. They will stick around with him no matter what. But this
give him everything he needs to work with.
But they gave exactly. I was coming to that. They gave him everything that he needed. He needed the backroom staff to be changed. They changed everything. They gave him the one that he required. He needed this player. They got the player that he needed and all that. Now, this is not the excuse that was there last season when we talk about injuries here and there. Now, who manager in his right senses will bench Martinez and the big money players that came into the season? So we got it on the bench, and you are playing Eriksen and the Kobe Menu at the heart of the midfield, and you expect to get results. It doesn't work that way. So the way it's going right now, I don't know if Manchester United are in they themselves, the Sergeant Ratcliffe, the Inos, if they're in the right senses, but a good club will understand what it is to make a club really grow so well and develop, will do what they need to do now. The need for right now, get this man out of the club and let them another manager come in and see the things work again. It's just like the Nigerian politicians, where one party will be running for a very long time, and when another one comes in, then things started working for them. That's exactly what Manchester United did now. Every time I've been there for a very long time, and they need a change, and they need a new manager. That's just it, because the players are there, just like you mentioned, Solified. The players are there at every angle. The wingers, the midfielders, the defenders, up there, forwards. You have all of them, but he's not making use of them very well. No spark, no energy. There's no motivation to these players, and it's not going to go anywhere for Manchester United if they continue with Erik Ten Hag.
I can say quickly, you think the players with their style of play, what they have been putting out in the field of play, they are intentionally wanting the sack of Erik Ten Hag?
Well, it's difficult to say.
Because a caliber of player of Bruno Fernandes wouldn't be playing like he's playing. A player of Rashford, a player of Casemiro, a player of Kobe Menu. These are quality. Mazraoui, Diogo Dalot, left, right, center. But putting in the shift has been a very big challenge. You think it's a collective effort? Let's be terrible, so they sack him?
Not necessarily. I don't 100%
because
feel
players,
that.
We've seen players in the past.
Especially
Especially like
players,
Chelsea,
not group of players, maybe couple of players, maybe 1 or 2 players, maybe that the leadership.
They play terribly.
Exactly. But if they actually have a fallout with the manager, I think there's a fallout between personal relationship and fallout in terms of tactics. I think most players probably how will I put it now? In terms of the what's it called, the tactical aspect of the game. That's well, not in terms of personal relationship with Erik Ten Hag.
But if you look at it, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, not personal relationship with. I think most of the case, in most cases, it has to do with personal relationship with player. When a player and a coach had a fallout, then the player intentionally wants to kick that. It happens. I think we heard that at Chelsea couple of times. But I think with Manchester United, I think it has to do with the tactical aspect of the game. The message is being passed. They don't understand the direction of where the club is going at. So I think the players themselves, I don't think they want to purposely want to spoil what they have.
Think so?
I don't think would they, because would they be happy being where they are? Manchester United, would they be happy losing to Liverpool, losing 3-0 to Spurs because you want to get rid of a manager? So I think Wow, it's a tough one, yeah. But like I said, I think after the international break, they have 2 games. I don't want to add the Europa League.
There are possibilities
yeah.
it might not even last up to international break, to the end of the international break.
Yeah, there are possibilities, but I don't think they want to. I think they want to give in that's just probably 2 games. Like I said, Brentford at home, West Ham away. They want to see those games. If it doesn't get maximum point, like 4-point maximally from that games, then I think after that West Ham game, if it doesn't get 4 points from those 2 games, I think they will sack him.
Manchester United, they've played 4 games. It is very they played 7 games, I beg your pardon. They've won 2, they've drawn 2, and of course lost 3 games. They're currently sitting number 14th on the log. Who knows how long is time for Eric ten Hag? Will they show him the exit door as soon as possible, or the Ineos will still stick with Eric ten Hag, giving him a benefit of a doubt? We'll get to see, but it was a shambolic performance recently for Manchester United and of course the coach Eric ten Hag.